Welcome to Action 254. My name is Ben Vaka and my co-host here is Eden Simba. Yes, Simba and I will be talking to you about the greatest movies and TV shows in history, and we are going to be giving them a Kenyan spin. Now, today we are going to be talking about a TV show, one of my favorites. It has action, it has espionage. It is a political thriller as well. It also a family drama, as in all of those combined in one.
It's a full package.
It's a full package. And this series is 24.
24.
Yes,
First of all, the name. And whoever came up with that name, my friend, actually, diversity is strength. Yeah, so we should learn how to hold it up for one another.
When you get like 3 big terror attacks in a span of 20-something years, you should have noted a lesson and tightened the security.
That's why I'm telling you that we are not prepared enough. So,
welcome to Action 254. My name is Ben Vaka and my co-host here is Eden Simba. Yes, Simba and I will be talking to you about the greatest movies and TV shows in history, and we are going to be giving them a Kenyan spin. Now, today we are going to be talking about a TV show, one of my favorites. It has action, it has espionage, it is a political thriller as well. It also a family drama, as in all of those combined in one.
it's a full package.
It's a full package. And this series is 24.
24.
Yes,
First of all, the name. And whoever came up with that name, my
genius,
friend, was a genius.
yeah, he's a genius. And a simple title. No way about it at easy title. It's a mouthful. Just 24.
Yet it stood out, stuck in our minds.
Yes, it's stuck in our minds, and it defines what the show is about. So this show, when it came out, I think I was from 1, 2 there. And when I saw an episode on KTN, I thought, okay, it is okay. But then I used to watch this is called Fastlane. No, we call Fastlane Genius Facts Bisa. Yeah, so Fastlane, I used to watch Fastlane. I thought that show was dope. But Roger zile siku za when there was a marathon on New Year's Eve of 24. And I got to binge watch like a couple of episodes, and I was like, hey, this show, man, the one who made this show is a genius. You stuck as in not as ever sit on the edge of your seat, any tension, any you don't want to go to the toilet or get a glass of water just because you just pause. But then at your kuko na nini remote juice in the TV. Yeah, so maybe you record and you get to watch it. So this show, we are going to...
When you're talking about recording, these Gen Zs don't know that we used to record shows.
We used to record them on the tape. Yani unaacha tu kitu ikirecord, yani umake sure umeget zile tape zile mrefu long play zenye hii kitu ikiendelea tu ikirecord hata kama ni commercials, as long as ume capture everything. But these days things are easy. What do you think?
I think technology has made things a bit better. Nowadays you can stream, you can pause, you can do whatever you like. You have all the need that you have in this world.
If you have a thirst for something,
the only way to do is just find out how do I download it or how do I access.
Yeah, exactly. So now we are going to be talking about 24 by checking the pop culture context, and we're going to be looking at the themes back then and now, and how they relate to us as Kenyans. The theme of this show was terrorism mostly, and Kenya, we have had our fair share of terror attacks. There was the bomb blast, there was Westgate, there was Moshifta Date.
Yeah, you've had a couple of episodes.
Yeah, so I think we can relate, and maybe you have a couple of Jack Bowers out there. What do you think?
Yeah, we could be having several. Actually, especially during Dusit, I realized most Kenyans are so trained. Yeah, there was a licensed gun holder I remember was selling guys.
That guy was brilliant.
Oh,
Do you think as in they learned their lesson from the Westgate attack?
The problem with us is that we are short. We have a short memory, like that of a goldfish. We forget so easily, and we go back to our old setting. We throw our guard out of the window.
That's
So, like nowadays, I'm always scared when I go in town. There's this new culture which has come of people queuing up for matatus. My friend, that thing scares me. I normally walk very fast when I'm passing through those lines. Because at the back of my mind, I'm like, what if something happens here? Do you know how many people, how much collateral that is?
that the stampede, the fault of where when somebody just
Trippers shows up with 300 narrows. In case of an explosive.
there's glass everywhere. Hey, kwanza bomb blast, there's a lot of that.
And now the problem is every matatu has come up with its own queues. So all the streets are littered with people. I'm like,
Especially it's dangerous in the evening mostly.
yes. So those long lines. And I don't know if our security team is alert about it.
Yes, they should be. They should be because when you get like 3 big terror attacks in a span of like 20-something years, you should have moved a lesson and tightened the security.
That's why I'm telling you that we are not prepared enough. So we need to capture that. Our security organs need to be well prepared. I think they should increase patrols and other things.
Yeah. So now we are going to be looking at the pop culture context of 24. It is a show that was created in 2001 by Joel Sanau and Robert Cochran. It debuted in 2001, but in November, it was actually supposed to debut in October, but due to the 9/11 attacks, they delayed it, I think, a week or two. Yes. And Time magazine called it a groundbreaking series in inventive show that was took the trend of the serial store. Yes. And I think that was one of the things that made it stand out, as in a terror attack is to be stopped within a span of 24 hours. So every episode is one. Wow. Do you, okay, I know we should suspend disbelief, but do you think that a terror attack can be stopped in a span of 24 hours?
Well, it depends on the intel. Sometimes if you have intel, you can plan ahead. You can also be able to counter. Yeah.
Okay.
The resources must doubt whether we are prepared to that level. Because last time we had such an incident, it took the Israelis. The Israelis responded faster than our local police to the scene. I would say it is a shame.
This is a shame, and we should be having our own resources and protecting ourselves instead of not depending on foreign parties to help us with our security. But that doesn't mean that foreign intervention is not appreciated. It is, as in they help us safeguard our borders, which is a good thing. Yeah. So let's get back into the story of 24. So it also gave the idea. It was notable for giving the idea of a black president. Before they abstracted the idea of a black president. So I think it kept that to be upon his minds. But now, 7 years later, that dream was fulfilled and people were happy.
Very true.
So here, as in maybe the tribes that have never been on the seat, right?
Yeah.
Will that be a similar situation? To somebody dreaming like a different
tribe? Right now, I think even the euphoria is in the air. You can see that the populace are really waiting for somebody outside the two normal tribes which normally lead us. Like you see, they don't want people from Morima, and the others don't want people from the Netherlands. So we are hoping there will be a cultural change, and some smaller tribes will get a taste of the chair.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I believe that tribes here, like they've been dreaming about their representation True, yeah. But whichever tribe have who is on that seat, they should, as in they should just represent everyone. I know there's that problem of tribalism as well, but we all Kenyans. Yeah, we all brothers and sisters. No matter what side of the map you come from. Yeah, we should hold learn how to exist. Actually, let's diversity is strength. Yeah, so we should learn how to hold it up for one another and learn to coexist. This nonsense of politicians coming and splitting people during elections shouldn't stop. Yeah, I believe we've come of age. So mambo ya kudividiwa along tribal lines, let's just stay away from that. Yes, I agree. I totally. Yeah. So now the series starred Kiefer Sutherland, who was the popular character Jack Bauer. We'll be getting into if we have our own Jack Bauers in this country, somebody who will yani fight for their country and yani make sure I protect everyone despite of their tribe, despite of whether they're foreigners. And also starred Dennis Haysbert as the aforementioned black president, who was at the time was a senator, became the first black president in the next season. It spanned 8 seasons. With the design of the real-time format, which was like that was a draw for me. As in, yes, that was something new. We had never gotten used to such a thing. Yeah. So Jack was a very interesting character. He was abrasive, but you as a viewer, you were drawn by the way he was acting, his his demeanor. So alikuwa anashinda kikosana na ma-colleagues wake on the best way on how to save a life. Now from as you are relating with him as the protagonist, unaona he's doing the right thing, lakini wale watu wanamoppose wanakubo kwa sababu yani the other guys were used to doing things by the book, so he comes up with unconventional matters and rational matters. Lakini from the start of the series vile anapewa hiyo task ya kwanza, anaambiwa hatuna time, but you must do thing, you must get to the bottom of it no matter for what you have to do. What it takes. So hana hiyo time ati ya kwenda kwa red tape ati kunegotiate sijui nini. So if he has to punch you in the face to save a life, then that is what he will do. As this, that I think that was one of the things that drew us to his character. But yeah, kuna sapia alikuwa anajipata in dilemmas. Now in the first season, which we are going to cover, alikuwa anapatikana yuko in the conflict of in order to save your family, you have to kill the presidential candidate. Na amekuwa kwa wall, yani, this guy pushed between a rock and a hard place. So wewe as a viewer, sao uko na hiyo tension, yeah, how is he going to create himself out of this? And there's no time. So I think those obstacles are the ones that there's a shade it just stands out. Very funny maneuvers, and it comes out on top shiny. Exactly. I think maybe it was his background as a marine. I think it was a marine or in Army Rangers and like that. So his skills are improvising. He was taking on his feet. He was good at that, which made him stand out as a character and as an agent. Yes. Yeah. So it was different from other espionage shows because of sage ethical dilemmas. So let's deep dive into the show. Cover the first season of the show. We're going to be recapping acts of the show. And just in the fashion of, you remember the previously on 24? The way like previously on 24. I feel like inaonyesha like a caption of Ludwig. This is Jack Bauer, this is what he did. This is Kim Bauer, this is what she did. This is who. As in any no, I think previously finally everything used to keep you on the edge, man. Yeah, so I think we are going to divide the acts in that way, and to merge towards the end of the season. Yeah, so Now, let's kick off with where it starts. Plain chess. So lakini now uda notice kuna tension between the three of them. Jack has come back from separation, as alikuwa ametoka kwa keja, wamekosana, but they're trying to reconcile with the wife, lakini the daughter akona beef. Asema when ulifanya dada ende so hata ile Rania na the daughter Kim about mouth the mother, hey, Jack yupo no ana usiongele that about your mom. So hata juu your story, it's a school night for you. Enda ulal, go sleep. Defending your woman against the enemy who at this time is the kid. When you come back to Jack, anadilibalt the wife anasema, I think wewe una bull thought. Yani unamfanya unamwacha akumanipulate. So Jack yuko hapana, simi hata nimekutetea sahi, nimekutetea, alikuwa anaongea mbaya, nikakutetea, so unatakaje? Mi sijui, wewe niambie ulitafanya. Afu Terry, which the wife's name, nasema sasa Jack nasema wacha tuende tumwongeleshe, umwambie sasa utaturespect sisi wawili, hautakuwa una decide ati utakuwa unacheza asa Vince tano. Very true. Yeah, so naenda kumwongelesha, wanapata ametoroka. Kumbe ni hao watoto wanatorokana kutoka umbani. So huku in Kenyan city, yes, there's that tension. Are there kids that run away from home because they don't agree with one parent? In our African setting, it's a bit difficult because I think our culture does not allow most of that. Yeah. Hiyo kali hata ukitoka kwa hii nyumba unaambiwa sawa, ukitoka kwa hii mlango toka na usiwahi rudia wachi. Unaambiwa nimetema mate chini na ikikauka kabla urudi. Ni wale wazazi wale bada. Terry yuko sawa, so dem amenifika hapa, fanyaje? Tukimpata yuko suspended 2 months. So sijui huku kunafanya hizo maneno ama hiyo unachapa, unaambiwa usirudie tena. Mazee, you meet Uncle Black the belt. I'll just whoop your ass and you catch a line, you toe the line. Na kwa mababi je, watu wa okay, I can't relate much. Wanachapona kweli mbaya sana, ambapo sana panga time out tu, anaambia go to your corner. Kuna Brandon, go to your corner. Hata kama ni group of schools lazima adavitikwa mbaya. Sidani mababi upigwa vibaya sana. Maparents wao walitoka ghetto. So bado anakumbuka hiyo mentality, discipline the child. Baya hivi. Okay. So it's cool. Fundi God leta mboto Kenya. Yeah, I think the African Americans kuna vile ile Goro Alif from us ama us from them, I don't know. But they came from here, they borrowed from us. So Jack now sasa anapata phone call from work. Na sahi ni midnight. Whether this show, these guys, the whole season they will wake for 36 hours because the time starts at midnight. So Jack anapigiwa midnight, anaambiwa kuna vile unatakikana job. So Jack lazima ende job. The wife is not happy about that because now the daughter has fled from home and they have to know where she is. So Jack that whole hour anajangul vitu tatu: family work So hata on his way to the car, yani anapigia one of the friends of the daughter, ati hey, we umeona daughter yangu? Hapana, si tuli break up. Ujui hivo? Asema mi nilikuwa nataka kujua kama wewe unajua hiba, unajua mnaweza break up na mtu na yeye ajui, na yeye ajui, yeye ana assume ati ni ka time out hivi. So anaenda anafanya vitu tatu. So anajua, ana find out about daughter yake, alafu ana find out from job ati hey, tunaitwa juu ya nini, ati anaambiwa sijui ni boss wetu tu amesema tuingie. Akasema sawa. So akiongea na Nina ni colleague wake, ana unaona basi ya iko na picha ya David Palmer ina stop kando yake. So pe unaona akishikanisha maontu. So akiendelea anafika job, so ameitwa briefing, lakini hata before hata hiyo briefing ianze, boss hajafika, anaendelea kujaribu kutafuta data yake, sijui password, sijui nini. So at that moment pia tunaenda kwa Kim naye amehepa home, best yake amehepesha ati they're going to meet boys. Matini ilo I think huyo ndio alikuwa anamspoil, wale wanaspoil nini tu wasema kuna maboys sasa niache. Sasa kwa hivyo amejidress, wako excited of the occasion. Alafu pia wako na magari, so unashindwa, so huku watu wakihepa lopotenda matatu ama ule anaspoiliana nakuanga usually ya babi hivi. Back then tulikuwa tunaenda na matatu, but siku hizi there's Uber, there's Bolt, well, they can hail a taxi. Things have been made easier. Hiyo crowd ya matatu ya kelele, maybe watu wamelewa, watu nini, the crowd is CLC. Lakini so wanaenda wanamake with the boys. Alafu hiyo dem alikuwa promiscuous. Huyu anaitwa Janet, huyu best ya kids, because the moment yani usionenda na meet where one of the guys works, yani the moment wamepatana hivi upstairs wanaenda ngi mechi sasa ndio the bad girl, lakini Kim sasa wanaconnect na huyu mwingine anaitwa Rick, ile ni wanaconnect, imejua ile tu ile natural ile Rick joy, you attracted to each other nini, and I think hiyo ndio the way I would prefer to go, as in hiyo ndio mnakuja mnajuana. Juu Gen Z don't value that one. They don't want delayed gratification. They want it now and then. Lazim. That is the microwave technology. 3 seconds in out. Hawataki mambo ya technology. Hawataki oven in a bake 3 hours, 4 hours. Wanataka kitu ya 30 seconds. Is already. So they are the first generation. They're moving at the fast pace. So Kim akiakwentiwa na her new potential mubaba. They won't attach them lakini by a few years, so I wouldn't say mbaba. Ndamwitaje college kid, tuseme college kid, lightly used. So tunaenda kwa mama yake na yuko worried sasa. Jack amegain access to password ya computer yake akisaidiwa na haka fulani hapo job, again access to password, alafu ajaribu kumtrack movements zake. By the way, hiyo sophistication hiyo, unatrack data yako. Working for the government iko na pack zake. If you lose you can't track a member of your family, pop, unatumia resources unampata. So anapatia the wife the password. Wife akiingia kwa email anapata ati walikuwa wameongea na nini, walikuwa wameongea na best yake at the meeting in the valley email. But I'm wondering, nani huku atatumia email ati wa communicate? Si kuna sim, WhatsApp, that was up to the producer 2001 hatuwezi kuwaingilia, but back then unajua cell phones were not that common.
So I believe it was in order to use emails. Hata mi najua back then I used to communicate with my girlfriend using emails.
Then how fast will you respond?
24 hours. Next day. Today man. Na maybe anataka it's no ya 10 years reaction.
Kitu ya sahi. So email,
Ilikuwa tu email. Simu ilikuwa ya mzazi. Utashinda ukiomba mzazi kila saa unaongea na manzi yako.
lakini this guy as in Kim had a phone. Right? Walikuwa wananiavia wanapata iko mteja. Haya. Jack ako na phone anapigia watu tofauti. So your concept ya email pia it makes sense unless they wanted to hide what they're up to.
Probably.
Yeah. So hapo ina make sense. So now the Terry sasa anapata phone call from somebody anasema dota yangu amehepa. Nimepata hii namba kwa directory or whatever ya dota yangu. Pia dota yako anaitwa nani? Kim. Pia amepotea. Sawa akaona agree kati sawa wacha tufanye nini? Wacha tupatane. Tuende atafuta. But later Jack wakati ana discover hivi anashindwa hapa na hii huyu ni stranger. Mkienda hapo alafu mpate hawako mtafanyaji nini naweza happen. Wife unajua pia ilikuwa. Unajua hata sijafikiria ahead hivyo. Lakini najua tu nimepata lead mimi na swali kwa sham trust. So Jack lakini Jack ndio akona heavy burden sahi juu because first anaambiwa demands za job. Haya amepata news ati boss yao amefika have meeting anamwambia sasa kuna threat against presidential candidate David Palmer na kuna vile huyo shooter already yuko in the country. Kwa hivyo fanyeni juu chini what you can ufajaribu juu chini history we contain before something happens. So hao wengine wakienda meeting anaita Jack kando anamwambia saa Jack wacha kwa sababu kuna mmoja wenyu hapa ana feed information to the wrong party. Na feed information to the wrong party na to betray. So wewe kile utafanya find the mall alafu na bado prevent attack. So Jack akona heavy burden. Find the mall, prevent attack on David Palmer. The wife
is on his neck about the daughter.
Anafanya hizi vitu tatu so akona a heavy burden. So by the time yo episode inaisha Jack there's another burden pia. Office politics. Office politics ati nafind that was juggling a lot. He was juggling a lot. Office politics which is spanning from something personal as is correlated because sasa Jack wakati alikuwa amemove out alikuwa na something na Nina. Bear in mind alikuwa divorce ilikuwa ni separation. Alikuwa na something na Nina. Nina na yeye after like back na wife akaachana na Nina. Na Nina sasa ako in cahoots now with Tony. They're in the relationship na Tony is jealous of about ati Nina still having feelings for Jack. So kuna hiyo yani hapo office politics and romance. Yani it's a messy situation. Jack sana deal na hizi zote. Haya. Jack at the same time pia anafaa kubriefiwa na district director kuja ampatie info on intel wamepata wapi intel ya ati David Palmer ataangushwa. Haya. Huyu district director pia ako along with the other colleagues wako na beef na Jack. Jack recently ali take action against some of their colleagues kwa sababu ya corruption. So akawa call out.
So akiwa call out ikawa rubbed the wrong way, so kila mtu apaka beef naye, so this director akasema, how can you like sell one of your own? So kuna tension between them, so naye Jack ana suspect who this director ni mtu corrupt juu aliambiwa ongea na mtu si cooperative, hataki kumwambia source. So Jack anatafuta jengine ya kumpatia source, akamwambia sasa mi nilipatiwa job nifanye, so ili kucover my own ass sitaifanya, so we mpigie umwambiaje that ni I did all I could. So Jack asema sawa, unataka coffee? Hapana, acha sawa, acha niende chini ni get kitu. So George Mason this director anajifanya anapiga simu, so Jack anaenda anasikiza phone ingine. I think their phones kuna vile zinakuwa kwa zengo tena tut. So anasikiza anapata huyu mtu atakumbia hakuna mtu anaongea naye, akasema sawa, huyu mtu ananicheza hivi, sawa, anaenda anachukua tranquilizer gun. Nani akijaribu Nina akijaribu kumstop, Jack stop yangu ya tenda raya, akarudi kwa ofisi akamshuda tranquilizer gun, pap, jamaa kazimia. Akizimia wakateka advantage, wakadu some research with the help of Nina, and then wakapata evidence that this guy kwa alidha ni corrupt juu kuna pesa alificha in some for account, in some offshore account. Kamwambia sasa, no, utaniambia source ni nani, otherwise hii information itaenda kwa nani? Kwa boss yako, jamaa ipa Chappelle later on. So anam blackmail George, anampatia the intel, alafu Jack now has information to deal with this dude. Aya, so there's a funny way of extracting information. There's a funny way of extracting information which was efficient. It was not the best way to unfold with your boss, but it was efficient. But it gave results. It gave results. He was a result guy, by the way, as it. I think watu hami alikuwa situzamalia, he was quick on his feet. He was on ex-Navy, I think. Was he a Navy SEAL? Navy ama Army, one of those. Yeah, so as that is going on, David Palmer tunapata he has the reporter amempigia ati there's some news that she came across some news that upsets him, na wife anajaribu kumwongelesha, nasema anytime on my own, anaenda cool down. Aya, Kim na the friend Janet wana discover these boys are not who they seem to be. Ile za jua Kim jua litoroka alipata kwa simu yake ati missed calls, so asema simu ni drop off home. Wakienda on their way home, sasa the boys hata drop home, wanapita tu, so ndio Kim ana says this danger. So haya, then the supposed shooter tuna follow storyline yake kwa ndege, mtu ati anasema ata David Palmer in the following morning asubuhi, so plane land saa ngapi. Haya, dem yuko karibu na yeye ni dem asema when is nini, they end up having sex in the airplane bathroom, my height club. Haya, so that's him. Kumbe dem anatumia hii nini, anatumia disadvantage kuiba like some kind of keycard or something. So twist ni udem ndio the antagonist, so anaruka kwa plane then leaves this plane to explode. That's now where episode 1 ends. So from there now we are going to breeze through like their story arcs. You're going to start with Jack after obtain information, anafuatilia, anapata somebody tells him that his daughter was kidnapped, so he has to work with this guy to save the daughter. So as in I think the tradition that Bauer had was like working with people you don't trust
so that you can get the information you need or save somebody that alikuwa.
I think he believes in keeping your friends close but your enemies closer.
But your enemy is closer. So by this time sasa huyo mtu anamlead to hii information inamlead to anasikia huyo Janet kuna at some point waliseparate Maki, the daughter. So si akasikia ati amegombwa na gari, wakaenda kumvisit hospitali. Kuvisit hospitali ati sawa alikuwa anataka kuongea na that friend Janet. So si wakapatana na the wife na the supposed dad to that chick Janet. But it turns out kumbe this is not the type. Alifanya ndio intercept the Bao family. So we are shocked that this guy ends up killing the guy we thought was his daughter. So now we know for the terrorist. As this is happening, Ira Gaines, one of the antagonists, anaconduct Jack. Anamwambia sasa walk away. Kuna vile anataka ufanye. Anaenda sijui anaambia sijui retrieve sijui kesi iko na weapons. Halafu anaenda kwa breakfast. The same breakfast that David Palmer happens to be at. Anaambia sasa wewe utaua David Palmer ama your family is dead. So Jack is in a bind. Iko oh my god, very true. Now that creates a diversion ati ndio asiwe David Palmer. So jamaa anasema bas now si umefanya ujinga, familia yako inakufa. So by this time Terry has discovered that the guy is not who he says claims to be. He kidnaps her, so they end up in the same compound with the daughter. So something happens, I think he interrupts and the family is not killed. But I think the nini nafanyika. I think Jack ana find out information about where the family is with the help of his friends at CTU, Nina, Tony. Walianza track. So they intercept each other. Jack ends up killing kidnappers, the Ira Gaines. But before Ira Gaines died, we discover kumbe kuna watu wengine alikuwa na work nao. So Tanzania akidebriefiwa sasa, the family si wamepelekwa safe house, wanadebriefiwa, so Jack anafuatilia hii story. At the same time concurrently David Palmer before hiyo shown out attempted assassination, si akasema ujamaa ana go through his family drama. It turns out that his daughter was sexually assaulted. So yeye anatia padiji yake, his daughter was sexually assaulted. The son intervened and the person who sexually assaulted the daughter ended up dying. So the family covered it up. Akifuatilia story, then anapata information about Jack Bao juu walionana briefly. So akapata information that Jack is a supposed assassin. Akipata information ati kumbe ati Jack there was an operation that Palmer alipatiana authorization of a certain mission that Jack was a part of, and then Jack's team died. So David anafikiria kumbe jamaa anataka revenge. So si ana find out Jack by this time Jack amefanya mavitu nini, akashikwa, akakuwa fugitive mara kadhaa. I think he also had a tradition of going against the grain, disobeying superiors, government nini, alafu he ends up in trouble, but they find out what he's doing was the right thing. So now Jack is being debriefed. Si nani ana find out Jack iko in custody. Haya, vile nitafanya, wacha nivizitu mtu nijue mbona anataka kuniua. So their first meeting, yani ile face to face, ile in a bit intense, acrimonious. Inakaa ni kama sasa ati
Nika confrontation.
Mbona ulikuwa unataka kuniua? Ati mimi nilikuwa nataka kuua, mimi nilikuwa nataka kusave. Aya, when they sit together, they investigate, they find out what their connection is. Somebody found out that unajua ni zile covert mission zile unaauthorize, alafu ziko under the radar. Hata wale watu wako involved wao wajui wao umeauthorize, wale watu watachaguliwa and hiyo mission watapata hiyo kitu, hata hawajuani ni nini inaendelea. They just follow the orders. So hata hawakuwa wanajuana. So at that time I think it was an operation 2 years before. So Jack didn't know at that time, David Palmer existed, and David Palmer didn't know Jack existed. So the only time Jack alikuwa anajua ati mambo ya David Palmer ilikuwa ati akiona ana campaign, kiwaka campaign na. So now here they are face to face. So when they suspect, okay, you're not who I thought you were, vice versa. So when investigate napata, that operation we did this. So they killed somebody named Victor Drazen, and he died together with the daughter and the wife. So these people who had hired against the first antagonist ni watu ni the Drazen sasa. Hao ndio wameorganize revenge. Haya, so si kumbe one of the sons infiltrate a member of the staff wa Palmer. They're having sex, yani serious sex, yani ile they thoroughly. Erudi walikuwa nasikia huyu jamaa yuko in town naye ana chizi yake yote. So when she finds out that wana investigate, wanapata photo zao antagonist sasa reasons nini, so she finds out that this guy has been using her to get close to power. So aka decide kumtuma undercover. So kumtuma undercover, wana find out ati huyu dem ako na machungwa. Zile machungwa unatumiwa na boy, yani huyu boy hapo ananipenda. Haya, so anatuma undercover ati adanganye huyu, alikuwa anaitwa Alexis, the one of the son alikuwa anaitwa Alexis. So Alexis anasema yeye anafikia amtumia, kumbe dem amemsea ati alikuwa anamcheza. So anaambiwa retrieve information from simu yake nini, alafu just when she's about to leave, so they are monitoring sasa, wanaona mbona aendi, she does around and stabs the dude. So now there are chances of intercepting this guy, interrogating him, knowing what he's after. They are gone. So they have to find another way. So Jack kwa hotel room ya Alexis wanapata there are some bearer bonds. Bearer bonds meaning anamit na mtu. Haya, akimit na mtu anapretendia ni Alexis. So that's where the espionage part of this show comes in. There were a lot of those. So wana meet, alafu mtu ana discover Jack is not who he says he is. At this moment sasa Jack alikuwa anataka chesue jamaa pshiki, but now kuna a colleague mwenye alikuwa anastand kama sniper, ni one of the people who has beef with Jack. He's like Jack nini, unajua sijui alikuwa amemess mbele veshte yangu, kuna vile unimespeshte yangu akacommit suicide, sijui familia yake sasa iko kwa shida. So na sasa hiyo kwa radio sasa, afu Nina yuko tulia bana, tuko kwa chomba hapa. So now we are just chasing this guy mshike, asema relax, na mshoot tu ni paralyze. Jack asema usimshoot, ana defy orders, akashutu jamaa. So he ends up falling sijui wapi, dies, which is not the result they expected. So now somehow Jack finds out ati kuna some map to some place. And then anaenda kuinvestigate, anapata kumbe Victor Dreze is alive. He alipata ni some sort of prison. Victor Dreze is alive. So the person who they killed a few years ago was not him. It was a double. Sa kunakuanga na thing here kukikuwa na au high value prisoners. Do they use them as doubles, more plastic surgery? Nini? Huku.
In Kenya, I don't know if it's possible, but maybe there could be, you never know.
So now Jaka is shocked that this guy is alive. Ile kazi tulifanya all that time ago ilikuwa bure. So wamemshika lakini so somehow they release him. Wanamwambia sasa ndio utafanya you work for us. Si aliambiwa this time utaua Palma for real. Unasikia? Tuko na dota yako. If you have to kill him for real. If you don't, hiyo ni shida yako. Haya. But Jack, now that we have known what kind of guy he is, he has no intention of doing that. Kumbe, by this time, anaenda wamekuwa na rapport na Palma. Palma, by this time now we have discovered that he and the wife are kuna vile, they are out of sorts. Stemming from the fact that the wife was keeping this secret of the son as the daughter because she wanted to translate it was sectional. No, actually her motivations were like politically motivated, not family motivated. Alikuwa ataka kusave face, alikuwa ataka hii scandal liberate out. So now akaenda akambia soja, akanambia Daily Palmer, now tutapretend umekufa. Alafu Sherry, now David's wife, anasema apana, we can't refuse, we can't fake a death hiyo, tutakuwa tunacheza that magnitude. Tutakuwa tunacheza na emotions za public, ati tunasema amekufa, alafu then again, ati alikuwa alive. Hizo ni gani, hatutaki hiyo maneno. So, David anamwambia, tutafanya hivi, na you will not put that child in danger, now Jack's daughter. Haya, si nani napiga simu, alafu kumbe wamerik simu na bon. So Jack anaitupa kando, alafu kuna ika explosion, so wanasema atabia watu wa news wa report ati David died. Haya, so the Dresers were celebrate asaba, finally, hawa watu wawili tulikuwa tunataka kuua, wamekufa. And then akipiga simu anapata, Jack amesurvive. So, but as long as Palma amekufa, we can live with that. Alafu somehow news in a leak ati David alifake death ya. Kusikia hivyo yani David anakasirika yani anda confront Sherry anamwambia, no, ili ujinga gani umefanya? If that child dies, sijui, we ngoja tu. So when that news leaks, Jack says that no, I will follow up with my daughter. Niambie juu saa alifulfill his mission killing Palmer, so atawambia man release. Haya, so anaenda kuget daughter yake, and then Nina now we find out that she's a traitor. She's working for the Dresers. So anaambia sasa ambieni Jack daughter yake amekufa. Mkimwambia amekufa, atakuja kuwaua nyinyi wote, alafu mtamuua. Ndio asifind out timi ndio mole. Sawa, so Jack akanaambia Nina anapigia Jack anamwambia, Jack pole, lakini Kim was found not dead sijui kwa haba. So Jack anakasirika, anaenda single-handedly kills all those guys, yani on his own. Yani you unajua rage is a good motivator. So he kills all those dudes. Alafu sasa anaenda kwa body, anaenda kwa pot cooking body. Alafu anaambiwa hapana, pia ndopata body yote, uko sure? So anaenda na find out ati kumbe Kim yuko alive. Anajua bas Nina malinidanganya anymore. So anaenda kuconfront Nina. Nina saa hiyo si amejaribu kuhepa, lakini akianza kufanya exit strategy, comes across Jack's wife Terry. Sasa Terry akiingia, nani alikuwa anaongea in German to somebody who's supposed to help her escape. So vile Terry sasa anajua Terry ni kama ashajua mimi ni nani. So when she tries to leave, anamwambia usiende mahali at gunpoint, akamtie up. Najua hiyo story imeisha, amemtie up and then that's it, story kuisha. So when Jack intercepts Nina, anamwambia mbona ulinidanganya, wanamuarrest. To naye pia yuko anasikia mbaya, ni alitumiwa na udem. Your story kuisha. So si Jack reconciles with the daughter, asema so glad to see you. Sayo ameseparatiwa pia, team amepitia mashida zake, lakini ameenda up CTU. So anasema iko wapi mama yako? Ukienda tafuta huko CTU, anapata Terry aliangusha. So hiyo fake out hiyo yuko damn man. Hapo ndio saa ile shoka ya unajua there's nobody, suspense comes and thrill. Yani unajua mwenye aliandika hii script alikuwa mkali. Like I said before, you can never predict the next move, what is going to happen. And now I wish you could adapt such strategies in Kenyan movies. I think we should be bold in telling our stories. We should not be afraid to kill off characters because they are favorites. As in, it adds to the richness of the story. Now this is where this show is safe. Locally, which script writer comes close to the nani anaweza andika kitu kama hiyo ya 24? I think dakuwa bias, ndasema somebody I know, a writer I know, Jim Malakman. He's a very good writer. Yeah, and plus I think he met with one of the directors of 24 when he was studying abroad in the US. Okay. So I think he has some tips here and there. Yeah, see, he was doing films. He did film school abroad there. So yeah, so I think he has some history with 24. So I think he can do a good job. Yeah, I've worked with him as he was the head writer. I was in his team of writers. I know he's capable. He can he knows how to twist the script and everything. Yes, and he can choose as in writers. Yes, a good writer's room that will tell the appropriate story. So big up to Jim. He's a great writer. So now that I did any movies, I'm a writer. Charirup to nikane show some shows in Showmax. Yeah, so he was head writer in 2 of them. Okay, and he did a fantastic job, always prepared. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, so now that is the recap of the first season of 24. Tutaangalia interesting. Yeah, so tutaangalia some themes. I'll have to repeat that episode in the series yote. That you says Nikali, I think every few years I get something that you skipped. Yeah, every few years I have to do a rewatch of the whole show, as in, and every time I do it, I think it's like I'm seeing it for the first time. Yeah, but if I don't know what,
You never get tired of it.
no, 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 you never get tired of it. Yeah, so if you watch it, you have to give it time and let you gain that interest again, and then you get back into it. So now we have seen in the themes of this show, we have seen themes like family, theme of family with Jack Bauer's family,
David Palmer,
David Paul and his family. Every
different reasons. If there's what about revenge and other thing because of what happened to their father.
yeah, so everybody is looking out for their family. Some of them are doing it in a noble way. Others are not such a noble way. But either way, as in there is dedication to family from both the protagonists and the antagonists. Yes.
The other one is politics.
Politics, power, power, power. This is a prominent theme, especially ile storyline involved David Palmer. David Palmer, like campaign for the highest office in the country. But he's
And you see the length that the wife goes through to protect the family image.
as in she turns out to be one of the biggest villains.
Can you imagine the magnitude that she hid?
Yani for years alafu na find out sahii wakati una campaign, imagine. And that has to be a very good secret keeper.
And then think about the damage it would have done had it leaked.
It actually, he came forth, David. There's no need to hide this anymore.
No, I'm saying earlier, before his ambitions were known to the public. Ingelika mapema na ingekili career yake.
Lakini sasa now what saved his career away,
the wife played a good role.
Yeah, she played a good role, but I think it motivated him to know that he's still noble. As in, you can still be noble as a politician. You don't have to do unscrupulous things to achieve your means. So the fact that he, in the end, alikama out akasema, sani yangu kuna vile alifanya, alipa protect sister yake. Yeah, but now I know he will beat this.
Things go out of
I don't want to lie to you people. Despite him lying for a bit so that he can protect his family and that's family. But he turns out to be a very noble politician. I don't know how many noble politicians we know. None, I don't think.
Maybe the closest would be Peter Kenneth.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah.
He looks kind of clean. Not had a lot of bad things about him.
Yeah, I've not had scandals about him. I'm sure there are a couple of others that we know that maybe are on the come up.
But most are riddled in corruption and other deals and shoddy issues. Yeah. Then the other theme is loyalty and betrayal. It also stands out in the show. Ukiona kama at CTU, that bar is working with people who are betraying him.
He was betraying him. Nina Myers, the biggest betrayer of him. He's also like seen as there's this hacker called Jamie. Jamie had been enlisted by Ira Gaines to gain access to CTU system and kit. Wakati Jack aliambiwa aingie CTU sijui achuka retrieve something, yeye ndio alikuwa responsible kuweka hizo ma surveillance, so Jack atufanya kitu it's funny that this is supposed to be a secure building, but
safest, but imehakiwa,
imeinfiltratiwa by terrorists, but that's what made it interesting. The Jack B alikuwa anaonekana kama a betrayer and a traitor, but for giving up people who are corrupt, but he's actually been very noble. He's loyal to his country. He doesn't want to an organization where people are corrupt and they're abusing power. Yeah, so this from the point of view of the people who think he's a traitor, he might look like he betrayed them, but he was doing the right thing. Given the things he's doing, even though they are,
and then he puts his country first.
which is a noble rule, which is why we don't fault him for doing the things that he does to achieve. He's very patriotic, I would say. Yeah, he's very patriotic. Uh, he's loyal to his family, his country, his place of work. Aya, kuna kitu kama revenge. Revenge pia is a big part. I think it is what is drives the plot. The Dresens are out for revenge. Wanataka kumaliza David Palmer and Jack Bauer because they believe that they were responsible for killing their dad. But actually, it was because it was the mother and the sister who were killed. So that is the reason. What begins as that they are trying to assassinate David Palmer because of his race turns out not to be the case. It is actually a case of revenge. And justifies the means. Something that applies to Jack Bauer. Stands out a lot. You see it in the lengths he's willing to go to protect the family or achieve whatever he wants to do. And also whatever he does, he goes out of the book, acts out of the instructions he has been given so that he achieves the result. And that's also where we see he is willing to sacrifice himself so as to achieve the maze. It means that losing his life when he goes after the Dresens, when he hears that a team has been killed, he doesn't care what happens to him. If he ends up dying, as long as he has taken revenge on these guys who killing his daughter, but their turns out that was not the case. So from a Kenyan lens, right? Now, how will the story of the first season of 24 turn out if it was set in Kenya?
In Kenya, we are still in the political scene. The political families tend to behave the way it was played out in season 1. So most of the families are they have underhand dealings in determining who's going to become president, who gets whatever post, and which deal goes to who.
Yeah, so I can remember there were the shadowy people who were behind David's campaign.
Yes.
Who was known to
the same guys in Kenya we call the system. That's unasikianga system. Yeah, so it shows that at the back of things, there are people who call the shots that we don't see. Yeah. Yeah, so even in Kenya it applies.
Okay, so if you happen to have information on them, now itabidi may take some leverage because the end either where there's a uni, they transport you to Baba,
or you play along with them.
There's your point. You have to use the energy you dead. So would the show have an impact on real life events in Kenya?
Of course, for it to help us to avoid a lot of things that go haywire, things that are not running well. You get to find out who is a traitor, how to counter them. It helps you to build a strategy.
Yes, it could be behind that. So who do you think is the Kenyan equivalent of Jack Bauer as we speak?
Jack Bauer, I would say people like Pierre Lumumba,
but he's not a secret agent.
He's not a secret agent, but whatever he says is always trying to protect the country. Is always for the good of the country. You remember even he was placed in the anti-corruption unit. He did last long. Why? Because he was talking about the truth. Yet he was told to appear to be fighting corruption. He's not fighting. Then the other person would be Okia Omtata. He has also fought a lot of bills in parliament. He has chained himself to get. He's been a good activist.
So if he were to relate to Jack Bauer, it is on the front of
he puts himself in the line of fire.
And
he has enraged his life so much. he gets access to truths that the public would never get had he not done research.
Getting rid of corruption within the institutions through the systems. Okay, yeah, they see where that comes in because Jack had been persecuted for telling the truth. People are saying, you sold out one of your own, so
Yeah. I think if we knew the characters at DCI, we would have sent a shout out, but because they are hidden, you always work behind the scenes. No one knows who does what. Maybe they would also feature in, because sometimes they crack some good cases and you're like, this was done good job. Yeah, sometimes the DCI can work when they want, especially when it's one of them involved, maybe Mojano or something. They really work it. They want to find out to make this. They are very swift. Yeah. Okay. But I wish they would be swift on corrupt politicians. The same way they are swift in cracking crime, it would be very far.
Yeah, I can put that in my mind and see it. Now people, as in, what a counter-terrorist organization in Kenya would come close to CTU in preventing terror attacks?
CTU, I believe we also have an anti-terror unit in Kenya, although mostly they rely on intel from other countries. I don't know if they have the means to acquire intel by themselves, but I know with the collaboration with Interpol and other organizations, they're able to get information. So they've thwarted a few attempts, and I think we are also getting there. With time, we'll perfect.
Also, if you look out these obstacles, you like protecting the country. Very true. So what do you think are their stands in regards to the end justifies the means to approach to counterterrorism?
Sometimes they have to do unconventional things to achieve their target. That is why sometimes they use unmarked cars, which also end up sending fear to us because we don't know whose car is that. When they abduct people, they with no plates. Yes. Such things also send some fear amongst the populace.
Do you think they will resort to like things like torture? Because Jack, one of the things that he uses to achieve these means is torturing somebody for information. As in, because time is running.
I think there is a bit of torture involved. Because when you see most of the guys, they are so traumatized. Not many can come and say what happened when they were under Kabuti.
The mental state is.
So there are some things they do to them, which I fear. Staki to mention sana, they might be watching, Oh, that's on a lighter note. Yeah, good people. They work for us. They do a big job.
After all, they are trying to protect. Yes, Kamisa. Uh, how does the state of terrorists, post-bomb blasts, wastegates, ducits apply to the events of the show?
Well, in a way, majorly is the lessons we learn and the strategies that we try to adapt. Because now you can see we place security checks at key installations. We have bone detectors. We have sniffer dogs. So it makes us more alert. So I can say we borrow a few of the tips from there. So now we are more aware, more alert. Although sometimes I feel like our guard is let down when things are okay. So when something happens that is bad is when we wake up again. They forget. Now we've forgotten washing our hands. And Corona, you remember?
As in, I used to like the hotel, what do you call it? The sanitizers. Now, as in, they even
Look at this, forgot it.
yeah, but it still, as in, it still exists because of years of some people getting COVID. And speaking of COVID, I think there was a season of 24 that dealt with biological attribute attack. Yes, so I think in future we might cover that because the COVID pandemic was worldwide.
True, very true.
Touchstone was said no one was left out. Yeah. So okay. What steps have been taken by to prevent political assassinations by counter-terrorist organizations here? Because that was a very big plotting in the first season. David Palmer was targeted, not more than once.
Yes. I think number one, there's better protection. They get assigned bodyguards. You can see that has led to the formation of units like Kreke and Preke Squad, which protects the president and other high-ranking individuals in parliament. So we can say in a way, imechangia. We borrow a leaf from there and we implement. So it helps to prevent attacks on key individuals. Plus, they also have decoys. The body doubles, the body low necessarily. That also, in respect to vehicles, they have decoys. So you can never know which vehicle is carrying who. Sometimes in every fleet you find there are two vehicles which resemble each other. So you are not able to easily determine which one is which.
Yeah. That is a good tactic for protection purposes. Yes. Societal impact that media has applied when it comes to political scandals. How much of is it subjective and how much is subjective? Because David Palmer had a scandal, and there was this reporter saying, comment on this. And as in, I don't know, they sort of giving him ultimatums.
Sometimes the media plays a biased role, I would say, when it comes to reporting. At times they give the limelight to news that shouldn't make headlines. Then they tend to downplay news that should make headlines. You see, because you expect some things, like no, they should be weeding out corruption, like the cases that Morara exposed on corruption. Which media house is following them up? None. Now they're focused on politics. Their press. They're just following up on 2027. So we've lost the plot. By now, media houses should be investigating the projects that he exposed.
But no one is doing it. The important stuff is not stuff. They're just it's something that will break out and cause chaos. That is it.
So the people are so biased in their reporting. And I think they should be objective rather than subjective.
Yeah, that's true. As in journalistic integrity. Good. So now on 24. Yeah. There are a lot of roles, characters that we to meet during the first season. What key Kenyan personalities or actors or otherwise will you recast in these roles? For example, the role of Jack Bao.
Jack Bao, I would say. What was the name of this guy who was called Baraza? Ambani Isaac. And let Isaac. Ken Ambani, Madapta. Ken Ambani. Okay, feed that role very properly. You will, according to me, he would make a good Jack Bao.
He will make a good Jack Bao as in a bad secret agent. A federal agent, actually, secret agent is something different than the CIA. What about his wife, Terry Bao?
Terry Bao, I think, what's the name of this lady? This lady who was in Lani's video, Nameless's video.
This is she, Habida.
Not Habida. In your Shera, yes. Shera would make a good wife to Jack Bao.
What do you think? I can picture that. Yeah, I think she.
Or Brenda Moy.
Brenda Moy probably Nina Mars.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see her having that resemble two sides to her.
Of course.
Kimba. Kimbawa would have to be Awija. She's the one who looks naughty, eh? Well, but she was not naughty. She was a good girl who, girl with naughty intentions. Why would you run away from home? She was going through something at home. The parents are around the house. They're trying to reconcile. She's acting out. Yeah, that's how I feel Awija would fit that role very well. Okay, if Yani she can embody as in maybe you see that she's a good actress. Yeah, I've seen her play different roles. She's a so maybe she can embody Kimba. David Palm. David Palmer. That would be the late Nani. This what guy alikuwa anaitwa nani? Although he's gone. Huh? Umsem nono alikuwa anaitwa nani? This guy Papa. Big guy Papa Shirambo. Tell us Bukiako. Bukiako, yes. He would have played it very well. What do you think? With his demeanor. No. Okay, I'm thinking more Raymond Ofu. Raymond Ofu. Yes. With his kizungu mingi. Oh, yeah, I think he has that presidential. Yes. He has that presidential look and feel, the way he dresses up in his suits. Yeah. Maybe I missed on that one. What about Tony Almeida? Tony Almeida and let's see. Later you can use each actor fits that role. Whom you do proposed? Tony Almeida. Oh, I'm thinking more. I don't know. Maybe not Ainea. Somebody young, maybe Alfred, Blessing. Blessing is also Lungahu. Yeah. Lungahu would fit also. Blessing would fit that role very well. I tend to he has Tony Almeida. What about Ira Games, the first antagonist? Ira Games. It's a bit tricky, eh? I'm trying to look at the actors and actresses in Kenya. Somebody who has that menacing terrorist. Could it? Or Edinburgh. Edinburgh, yes. He would also fit. He would make a good Ira Games. He has that. I worked on shows where he has. If he stands out as a menacing villain. Yeah, as in I like his dedication to his roles, whether it is a nice guy or a bad guy. But if he's a bad guy, he knows how to fit the role. When he gets into character, when he get the feeling. Yeah. And I don't know. Victor Drazen. Or you remember Omosh? Joseph Kinode. Victor Drazen will fit. No. Or you need a serious character. As in the Victor Drazer is almost like it's almost like Ira James, but he has that authority of commanding respect. Commanding respect. Which actor commands respect in Kenya? You don't. As here's where I will put Ainea. Ainea. Because Ainea, he knows how to get into character. He knows how to get to a character. He might sometimes have that goofy demeanor, but as in he's still a villain. You will still say, this guy is a bad guy. Then there's George Mason, the district director.
George Mason, this would be
This guy of Papa Shiranduda, what was his called? The boss of Papa.
Chumandason. What do you think? Okay, as the district director,
I take picture it.
he would make a good district director, isn't he? He knows how to play that role. Yeah. As an administrator. No, he comes out very authoritative. That's he keeps orders, he expects to be followed. Very serious.
But have you ever seen him? He has that shadiness. Because George Mason had that shadiness. As in, he has the authority, but then he
is playful but very authoritative. It's like he's wearing let's say a velvet glove of an iron fist. So he's authoritative but very soft.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I think those are the key characters into that define the first season of 24. So now we are going to do a bit of a culture check. So the pilot of 24 was filmed in 2001, bring it as a series. The 13 episodes were ordered. After airing 3 episodes, the other 11 episodes were ordered to bring it to 24 episodes.
Yes.
So okay, the system here of ordering greenlighting series. Do you think it's the same?
No, but it was a new thing. We were not used to that. So they set the standards. Right now, if you really want to create such a series, you'd have to follow that script.
Then plus I've noticed that when a season ends, you don't stay for like a period of time ndio ati you release another ati hiyo suspense ile tu season 1 ikiiba hivi season 2 ndio imeanza.
Actually, the market abroad is very competitive, especially in the US. I think every week there's a new series coming out. That's why they are so competitive.
So that there has to be that period of getting back into production. But because I know the streaming that system that has started here, as in series PA, it takes a bit of time before the next season.
Yeah.
That is for the streaming shows, but broadcast hizi kina Citizen, KTN, whatever, hiyo tu continuous cycle vendia tu ikiandika. If there was an action thriller set in real time, how in like 24 hours will it be received in Kenya?
People are a bit skeptical because one, we do not trust our actors so much. Two, we've not seen that finesse in script writing,
as in that high concept.
Yes. Then three, the budget. No, we have also factors that are consuming us in our industry. We would lack the budget. Those fews really consume allocations, especially location, equipment. Hey, bro, that thing takes a lot of money. But if there's funding and goodwill from government, like if they were to slice the license of guys acting and other things, things would be cheap. Because now, even if you are shooting a small nini, you have to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everywhere you're trying to film, you have to pay. So it pushes the costs of production.
Yeah, that is very true. Yes. Yeah, no, so that brings us to the end of our episode. We covered the show 24. Good show. As in, I think I will forever put it in my top 5.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you have any comments about Twitter, the TV show you would like us to cover, just send us email in 254action@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Action 254 podcast on TikTok, YouTube, also YouTube. Like and subscribe. We also hit us on Instagram, Facebook, all those.
Follow, like, share.
Yeah, with the
Talk to your friends. Is something new you're trying out? I know it's a bit different in the market. No one else is doing this, but hope you like it. Yeah, so subscribe. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button.
Yes. So see you next time. We are going to cover the movie Die Hard by Bruce Willis. Yeah. One of the all-time great action films.
Another dangerous movie.
Yes. Dangerous, fun, funny.
Probably Gen Zs would not have known about this if you wouldn't have spoken about it.
Yeah, but if you know about it, just go find it, watch it, appreciate it, and we'll talk about it next time. So see you guys.
Peace.